never played. Did you ever play PT?
Yes.
Yeah. Oh, I didn't play it. I watched other people play it.
It was by far one of the most creative horror.
Daddy!
Ooh.
No!
Let's watch this play out real quick.
I picked a great time to switch to a handgun. Oh no! Get off me! Ooh! That was bad. Excuse me.
I recommend
Excuse me.
first aiding yourself.
Thank you. I was thinking the same thing.
Or using amp.
Oh, damn it, James. Ew, it's so gross. There we go.
Are you okay?
Good burgers. Fucking A.
Angela, relax.
Don't order me around!
I'm not trying to order you.
So what do you want then? Oh, I see. You're trying to be nice to me, right? I know what you're up to. It's always the same. You're only after one thing.
No, that's not true at all.
You don't have to lie. Go ahead and say it. Or you could just force me. Beat me up like you always did. You only care about yourself anyway. You disgusting pig.
Angela,
Don't touch me! You make me sick. You said your wife Mary was dead, right?
yes. She was ill.
Liar! I know about you. You didn't want her around anymore. You probably found someone else.
That's ridiculous. I never...
A lot of revealing, a lot of things to discuss about what just transpired. So for starters, I think you might have missed it, but there was a document about a save point that you found there. It
Oh,
was a torn up
crap.
letter about. It was a torn up letter that explains that there was somebody. Their name was ripped out, but the name Orozco. That was the one name that actually came through. But it was talked about how they lit the house on fire after being assaulted by. Hold on, don't progress just yet. I wanna. Like she was molested by her father, and she lit her house on fire in a fit of helpless rage, and ended up, if I remember correctly, she ended up killing her mom in the process by accident, and that's why Silent Hill brought her here, was to punish her.
Oh, okay.
You only know her first name is Angela, but the paper says Orozco in it. And after you fight and beat Eddie, you'll find 3 gravestones kicking around. One is for one's for James Sunderland, one's for Eddie, forget his last name, and the other is for Angela Orozco, revealing that she is the person who burnt the house down to kill her father, incidentally murdering her mom in a fit of...
Here it is.
Yeah, that's the one. Oh, Thomas Oro blank lumberjack age was discovered in a blank of dying fa blank.
Lying, probably face down.
Let's see if I... The probable cause of the death and as murder, multiple stab wounds to the front of the neck, left side of the torso by a sharp-edged weapon. The estimated blank of death was somewhere between 11 to 12:30 midnight. Okay, keep it going.
Oh, sorry.
Due to the signs of a struggle in the room and lack of murder weapon, police are considering this as a homicide and have opened murder investigation. Furthermore, given the fact that the cash in the room was untouched, Mr. Orozco admitted had a history of drunkenness and violence. The police flanked that detective was that the motive was not a
robbery, that it was a crime of passion. I'm thinking that says.
Okay, so they don't admit to the fire, but she eventually burnt down the house and accidentally killed her mom in the process. Now, yeah, her father was molesting her. Now, if you go past that room, you'll see that there are newspaper clippings all over it. Like she was obsessively...
Oh, this whole hallway, too, yeah.
It's all articles about her. Now, if you go inside that room, when you first met her, she was fine. She met the... when you go into that... When you meet her in the hall, you see that the monster resembles a bed, which is more akin to the psyche of James Sunderland. It looks like a bed with two people having sex on it with a drape over them both. That's symbolic of James at the hotel with his wife Mary, and it's just like turned flesh and horrible looking as a result. Now you'll notice that this room is flesh colored, right? And when you came in here, Angela saw it and she was freaking out and she was calling it Daddy, implying that Angela looked at this monster and she saw something very different from what you were seeing. Yeah. Furthermore, look at the walls. Like, look at those weird contraptions all over the walls. It's like these large circular images with like a cylindrical device moving in and out.
Symbolizing...
It's whole
symbolizing
purpose...
like multiple ongoing penetration, yeah.
Exactly. So like the whole room is just an expression of her trauma, where she was raped by her own father.
Yeah, and her, from a psychological standpoint, how damaged she is, it's like pretty accurate to real life. The trauma from that happening, it's permanent and it's bad. Like, and it doesn't, and it's the same with males and females. Like when you're traumatized like that, especially at a young age, you can recover from it a little bit, but you'll never recover from it entirely, and it can always be exacerbated to the point where, like Angela here.
No, they don't flat out say what her father did to her, but towards the end of the game, when you get the final sequence of her in when you get the final sequence of her in the burning stair hallway, you'll notice that there are actual
no,
people
don't go that far yet.
Okay.
There are people who haven't played the game.
All right.
I appreciate your enthusiasm, though.
Right. There's also a whale which you can. There's also a whale which can be seen everywhere. The whale on fire in the Phantom Pain, I believe. The Kojima Productions logo movie had a whale behind Norman Reedus in the mech underwater suit with the whale tail in the Moby Dick Studio logo. Oops. Then there's a rare white whale in Death Stranding trailer. Out of all the other carcasses. Okay, I see what you're saying, and I'm going to call that a coincidence. Again, he can't use... Hideo Kojima he started his own company to make Death Stranding. He doesn't own the rights to Metal Gear Solid. Konami does. Hence why they made Metal Gear Survive, that fucking travesty of a game.
Dead men swinging in a tree. How many dead men do you see? Tongue turned blue and face gone gray. Watch them as they twist and sway.
That's pretty nice.
The
first got a good flow to it.
The first one killed the butcher man then cooked him up in a frying pan, served him to his hungry guests, and gave them more on second requests.
Ooh.
The next one, with his smile and sweets, stole poor children off the sweets. To men who dressed unsavory, he sold them into slavery.
That's dark.
Breaking into a home at night, the thief he had a nasty fright, filled his foolish head with ale, woke the morn in county jail. The artist, with his daunting skill, tried his hand at painting bills, but caught in rain he was undone when the ink he used did start to run. With promises of great return, taking gold he did not earn, bundled it up and out of sight, quickly slipped off into the night. 3 houses into ashes burned, the sheriff with no place to turn, did spy a stranger to his town, locked him up and beat him down. Dead men, swinging in a tree, how many dead men do you see? 6 feet long and 6 feet long and 6 men wide, round their necks the noose be tied. So I believe this puzzle we're supposed to...
You want to find the innocent man. So what you want to do is you're going to go into another room when you're going to see 6 dead guys hanging.
And they're going to have notes on them. So yeah, there's 6 dead guys and 1 innocent guy.
Exactly. You want to find the innocent.
We have to find the innocent guy.
Door to your left.
Gotcha. Okay.
There should be a creepy ass room with a bunch of dead people in it.
Gotcha. Okay. This man was hung for the crime of arson. Justice and revenge have been served. Okay, so arson.
Yep.
Okay. So counterfeiting, he was guilty. Because he was caught. Murder. I think the murderer was guilty. Thievery, he was guilty. Kidnapping, he was guilty.
I think arson is the innocent one.
I think so too. Okay.
Yeah, because the poem says that the sheriff...
It said the sheriff he just had a patsy. He just set some guy up for that.
Yeah, he said he found someone who looked guilty and beat the shit out of him until he confessed. So you pull the noose where that guy would be, and then you go back to the room with the hanging men. Almost looks like he's going to try and use it.
Maybe that's on purpose.
Yeah, most likely. So you go back into that room, and they should all be gone. And
got the key of the persecuted. Perfect.
There you go.
I'll unlock the handcuffs, hopefully.
I mean, that puzzle's kind of creepy in its own right, isn't it?
It is very creepy.
I mean, like, what happened in that room when you pulled that noose? You think he just rose into the air?
I mean, honestly, we could apply Howard's logic to most of the things in this game where it's probably old and rusted to shit and we could just break it if we wanted to instead of doing everything that James does.
Well, you could. You could if you smoke lots of cigarettes.
Maria, no! What
happened to you?
It was the syphilis.
Why? Why?
Oof. Oh, sorry, we're acting too soon again. Oh, Maria, what did they do to you? Jesus. In 2 seconds. Oh my gosh. No, those jittery pixels though.
So then,
Kind of ruins the feel a little bit.
Mary.
Junji Ito is, I believe, the writer of Gaio, a manga where dead sea life gets bionic legs. We're talking about sharks with beefy legs just running across the land. Because there's nothing about that idea that I don't love.
Oof.
Unfortunate. Serious circumstance.
The name on the tombstone is too scratched up to read. Ooh. The epitaph inscribed here. The felon drank one last bottle of ale before he was executed and laid here to eternal rest. Yikes. The name upon the tombstone is too scratched to read. Oh, wait a minute. There's a name inscribed on the tombstone. Miriam K. Traitor. Yikes. There's a name inscribed on the tombstone. Walter Sullivan.
Silent Hill 4.
Uh-oh. The name... James's name is on this tombstone.
Uh-oh. What does it all mean?
Oh, here we go. Angela Roscoe.
That's the right. That's the one.
Name on the tombstone, Eddie Dombrowski.
That's his name.
Cred. Shall we jump into our own grave?